Deixa eu botar aqui, ver se... Temporada 2024.
Hey folks, I'm Andre, also known as Medler.
And I'm Jeremy, aka Wright Brightman. Welcome back. We hope you all had a wonderful and happy holiday season, and we're really excited to welcome you to season 2024.
Now, we're filming this video in early November, so anything that happens between now and the start of the season won't be covered in this video. Today, we're going to be joined by more folks from across the league team to talk about some of the things coming in 2024, like ranked updates, new champions, some information about Arcane Season 2, and some updates on esports.
Now, before we get started, don't forget that when you jump into a game in 5 days, Summoner's Rift is going to look and feel a little bit different. Get ready for some new objectives, map changes, and...
Pronto, tem isso também. Daqui a 5 dias vai vir a cinematic nova, né? E o Summoner's Rift já vai estar com um mapa novo.
updates to the core item
Os
system.
itens novos também.
And
E as
as a
míticas vão
reminder,
sair.
Season Start Cinematic is going to be releasing next week on January 10th.
Acredito que...
Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Long Harrison, the lead gameplay designer for League. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you all about some of our thoughts on Ranked, some of our learnings from the changes we made last year, and what we want to do this year to help make your climbs better for season 2024. Last year, we added Emerald tier and increased LP gains to help alleviate any pain from increasing the number of rank resets each year. And while we've seen an overall increase in match quality, there were some side effects that moved us away from where we want to take Ranked. We've seen much larger differences in visible ranks in games, meaning many of you saw players with different ranks in your matches, like a plat player in a silver game. So we're making some focused improvements on how the rank system evaluates players' skill to reduce these situations. These changes will be going live when you start your rank climb next week. The changes should help resolve some other pain points, such as losing more LP than you gain.
Pronto, a gente viu que eles estão tentando balancear a questão com que você vai cair pra jogar, né? Mais parecido com o seu ranked ali. Vamos ver no que vai rolar.
Even with a positive ranked win rate overall. And also help with differentiating between Smurf accounts and new players. As always, we'll be closely monitoring these changes, as well as your feedback to make adjustments as needed. Best of luck in your climbs, and welcome to season 2024.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi Gao, aka Raya Lexical, the Champions team lead.
And I'm Soap May, also known as Soapbox, production lead on the Champions team.
We've been working on Skarner's update for a while now, and we've been polishing him up to be ready for his big day. Meanwhile, he's getting ready for some fun too. Last time we talked about Skarner, we showed his gameplay, but we never really talked about his lore.
Skarner was a founding member of the Yuntal, where he helped guide and shape Ishtal into the prospering region it is now. He is, however, very suspicious of the outside world and believes that Ishtal should be isolated to be safe, and he will not hesitate to run down intruders to keep it that way. We are currently finishing up Skarner's VGU, and we can't wait for you to skitter across the rift in the first half of the year.
After Skarner, we're working on 2 other champion updates. The first one is for a champion we haven't talked about before, but plays a pretty big role in a show that maybe you heard about.
Como é o nome do bicho? O Skarner, ele virou tipo um protetor, né, de Ishtal. que eles falaram aí, ele não hesita em atacar, mas eu gostei, ficou um bichão. Ó a danadona.
Kane.
A irmã. A irmã da Renata Glask.
Arcane version to the Rift with updated visuals and VO, while also giving some love to their gameplay. You can expect to see them early next year after the second season is over. As for what comes after
então, se ele
the
só
Arcane
vem no fim da segunda temporada, é isso mesmo que eu li? Sim, então ela só vai entrar em 2025, depois da segunda temporada. Vai demorar um bocadinho ainda.
As for what comes after the Arcane-inspired VGU, we're excited to announce that we'll finally be tackling Shyvana.
She has a great theme and has become an iconic part of the League roster. Thus, we're thinking about refining and progressing who she is and tuning up her gameplay instead of a complete overhaul on her narrative and themes. Think more Udyr and less Skarner. But we want to be transparent about her timeline. Shyvana's VGU will not be released until 2025 after the Arcane VGU.
Okay, now on to the new champions. We've been teasing a cute, small ADC that will be swooping into the Rift soon. Meet Smolder, the fiery fledgling. Look at our cute little son.
Ai não, é um dragão! Ah, corram!
Ai, tá aqui a parte. Eu queria ver dele.
Pelo menos eu não caí numa árvore de novo. Oi, eu sou o Smolder. Ah, minha mãe também falou oi. Quem é o melhor dragão? Eu sou o melhor dragão. Mãe, como é o nome dos foguinhos perto das minhas orelhas? Ah, beleza. Isso aí fui eu?
Realmente foi muita pouca coisa assim. Eles prometeram muito e não entregaram quase nada.
Vocês idiotas! Cadê todo mundo? Aí sim! Mãe, você viu isso? Eu acabei com eles!
Smolder.
One of the goals we had for Smolder was to make a straightforward ADC. As all of the recent ADCs we've released are high-skilled champs or very non-traditional. Aphelios, Samira, Zeri, Nila, we want to fulfill the...
Mas a Samira... a Samira não, a Zeri vocês querem matar. Porque o desenvolvedor mesmo da série, da Zeri, falou que vocês não querem que a Zeri seja mais picada. Principalmente dos competitivos. Aí vocês vão fazer até o cu da bicha fazer bico. Era melhor ter nem lançado. Porque a minha maior revolta é essa, que a boneca era boa e vocês cagaram a boneca. Aí foi triste.
The fantasy of a little dragon who can focus on honing his fire-breathing skills.
And while Smolder may be working on his skills, his mom is never too far in the distance and is always ready to make an appearance when he needs her the most.
After Smolder,
esse pop não lendo o texto, então lendo o TP.
We'll be heading further north to cool off from all that dragon fire. Our Vestayan solo laner is someone we've been wanting to bring to the Rift for a while, but the last time we tried that development took a bit of a detour and we ended up with Silas.
But not to worry, the Champions team is back on the case and is focusing on making a new mid-range mage. We have another champion in the works who should be a familiar face to all of you. But we're gonna hand things over to Riot Brightmoon and Meddler to talk a little bit more about our new upcoming champion.
Last year, we shared that Arcane Season 2 would be releasing globally this November. Everyone at Riot is really excited by the show, and we've been inspired to bring Arcane into game more. We're excited to show you a small preview of one of the things the League team's been working on. So the first bit of Arcane you'll be seeing in League will be Ambessa Madara. She'll bring Noxian domination to the Rift.
Todo mundo esperava a filha dela e viu a mãe, mas eu ainda preferia que fosse a bonitona da filha dela. Que na época quando o pessoal falou, ela dava um suporte belíssimo e claramente seria um suporte tanque. Na minha cabeça,
like how she is in the show, she won't be for the faint of heart in game.
Que a mãe dela pode se encaixar.
Don't let her large stature fool you though. She brings both strength and speed, sidestepping attacks with surprising agility.
And Ambessa is only the first piece of Arcane coming to League this year. To celebrate Arcane Season 2, we'll have Arcane-inspired gameplay and a new VGU, new skins, as well as a few other surprises. I am so excited for the new season. I hope you are too. Can we show them a clip? Maybe just one?
Okay, one, but just a short one.
Arcane. Uau, Rick! Singed. Caralho, o Rick ali, ó. Se eu não sabia que o Rick tinha sangue do Singed. Caralho. Isso aí eu espero, sim, de coração, que a segunda temporada entregue o tanto quanto a primeira entregou. Porque a expectativa, ela foi criada, assim, gigantesca. Diga a ele! Bem-vinda, mulherzinha do meu coração! Como é que somos?
Hey everyone, I'm Evan Humphreys, aka Riot Revenancer, the lead system designer for our motivations team. We're responsible for creating and maintaining the various systems around the game like loot, honor, and champion mastery, which is what I'm here to talk to you all about today. Champions are the most central part of League, and we love the dedication that a lot of you have to your mains. We want mastering champions to be a meaningful experience that lets you differentiate more between players who play champions some and players who play them a ton. So, we're uncapping the leveling system and letting you show up exactly how much you play your favorite champions. Levels 7 through 10 will unlock new versions of the Mastery emote, and after that, we'll add an evolving number that displays your total Mastery level from 11 and beyond. And don't worry, your current champion Mastery points will carry over to the new system. So if you've already grinded to Mastery 7 on your main, there's no need to do it again. And those of you with enough Mastery points will end up at even higher...
A maestria agora vai até o 11. Vamos todos subir o 11. Ai, baboso de aço. Concordo contigo, totalmente. Lá vai o Celux 11.
Levels. We'll be back again as we get closer to launch in the first half of the year with more info on this updated system.
Eu gostei da ideia de ser 11. Dá um estiga maior nos mains.
Hey everyone, I'm Eduardo Cadmus Cortejoso, and I'm a team lead for game modes on League of Legends.
Hi, I'm Selena Chuchu Chang Liu, the delivery lead on the mode.
É mesmo. Yasuo. É porque Yasuo é assim. Normalmente quando o Yasuo cai no seu time, ele é horrível. E quando você pega ele contra, ele derrota todo mundo. É isso. E quem joga de Yasuo é doente.
Team.
So last year, we released Arena and we received a huge amount of support from all of you. We brought it back in December to test out some changes and make some improvements. We're happy to share, though, that it's coming back again in the first half of this year with even more improvements. Our goal for the next iteration of Arena is to increase champion diversity, improve game-to-game variance, and foster even more experimentation. One of our favorite parts of Arena is the ability to play some fun and wacky combinations that wouldn't and maybe shouldn't work in Summoner's Rift. So we want to encourage that with some more targeted changes to gameplay and game balance. The biggest change you'll see is that we're increasing the number of teams from 4 teams of 2 to 8 teams of 2, for a total of 16 players in each game of Arena, making Arena a 2v2. This means that you'll face different teams more often, have more chances at redemption, and maybe get out early or crush the competition if you're really doing well.
You can also expect to see some new augments, new maps, and some other improvements that we're still right now exploring. Outside of Arena, we are also bringing back more game modes this year. Earth will be back for Lunar New Year, and then we'll be following that up with One for All. We'll be sure to update you later in the year about what modes are going to come out after that. Oh, and one last thing. Even with all the work happening on Arena last year, we still have something else cooking behind the scenes.
We're experimenting with yet another new mode that, like Arena, will be a totally different take on core League gameplay. But unlike Arena, this will be a little bit more of a chill way to spend time with your friends. We don't want to spoil too much yet, so we'll be back later this year to share more.
Good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in ARAM, Arena, Earth, OFA, and TBD.
CPU.
Last year, we spent some time behind the scenes working on updating League's anti-cheat and bot detection software, as our current version had fallen behind the times. This was compounded by the security breach earlier in the year, which increased our vulnerability to botting and cheating. And a pretty consistent piece of feedback that we've been hearing from you all is the high number of bots in games, disrupted smurfs in ranked, and an increase in scripting.
Possa ser que venha aí, né? Já que eles falaram que estão dando muita atenção aqui o que os fãs estão falando. Porque, por exemplo, a cinemática da temporada 2023 foi horrível, né? Que foi só aquela borboleta andando no Summoner's Rift. E já essa cinemática agora, eles falaram que deram ouvido aos fãs e, pelo que a gente viu, vai vir muito bem trabalhado a cinemática. Mas vamos esperar por 10.
We know this has been a consistent pain point in League, so it's been something we've been working on fixing.
One of our goals this year is to maintain and improve the competitive integrity in all of your League games, whether it's in ranked or normals, Clash, Arena, whatever. So in late February or early March, we're bringing Vanguard to League. Vanguard is our proprietary anti-cheat and anti-botting software that's been active in Valorant since the beginning. We've seen a huge amount of success in their ability to catch and stop cheaters in their games, and we expect to see similar results when we implement it in League.
Similar to Valorant's version of Vanguard, Leagues will run at the kernel level. This is becoming standard for strong anti-cheat software in gaming, as cheat and bot makers are quick to adapt. If you don't run at this level, they will, and thereby evade all of the anti-cheat software.
Lascou. Se o Vanguard ele for funcionar no League of Legends, assim como funciona no Valorant, quem tiver o Windows 11 vai sofrer. Porque foi o que bugou o Valorant no Windows 11.
As a result. Now, Vanguard offers us the ability to catch bots and cheaters as quickly and effectively as possible. It also gives us the opportunity to do things like hardware ban offenders and terminate matches in which a cheater is detected, refunding loss of LP for everybody except the person cheating, of course.
Now, we know that there's a question and concern of data privacy around kernel-level anti-cheat. This is something that came up with Vanguard and Valorant as well, and we want to take a moment to tackle those concerns up front here. Vanguard does not collect or process any personal information differently from our current anti-cheat software. We don't need or want to know anything more about you or your machine other than what is necessary to maintain integrity when playing our games. Now, if you already have Vanguard installed because you've played Valorant, you won't need to do anything else and you can continue as normal. But if you haven't, starting in a few weeks, you'll be required to install Vanguard in order to play League.
We know that this may be a meaningful change, but we're very
Mas vai aparecer alguma forma de gabelar isso.
Confident it will lead to an overall better League experience for everyone. We'll be sure to communicate with you all as the changes go live and to let you know how things are going afterwards. All right, we're going to hand things back off to the dev team now for an update on some of the skins coming to League this year.
Skin.
It's like trying to craft a unique fantasy where you can't have any kind of costuming on the stretch locations and like the thighs,
that makes sense.
The elbows, so you're kind of isolated to
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie 100-Piece Nuggets Leong, the skins team lead.
A mãozinha. A mãozinha da bichinha assim, ó. Bem contidazinha. Achei tudo.
And I'm Thomas Ranby, aka Riot Hylia, the concept art lead for skins. Today we're going to talk a bit about some of the upcoming thematics for League, some of our goals for 2024, and we're going to give you all an update on our ASUs. But first, I believe we owe you an updated prestige skin list.
Yes, we do.
Ta-da! Oh.
Rakan, Israel, Kindred, Evelyn, Kayle. Os prestígios.
In the first half of the year, you can expect prestige skins for Rakan, Ezreal, Kindred, Evelyn, and Kayle in that order. We'll be back later in the year to give you all an update on the second half of the year. We also wanted to give you all an update on our two AS. Evelyn and Kayle in that order. We'll be back later in the year to give you all an update on the second half of the year. We also wanted to give you all an update on our two ASUs. Lee Sin's base is finalized, and we've been working through his extensive skin catalog. We spent a lot of time testing out his animations to make sure we...
Esse cabelinho do Lee Sin, ó, eu gostei. Tirando essa franjinha de rapariga, o resto ficou bom. Mas essa franjinha do Lee Sin... O rabinho de Ariana Grande dá ótimo. Ai, aí eles manteram a franjinha e tudo e modificaram só o rabo de cavalo.
We didn't impact his smooth gameplay and have been sure to similarly focus on this with his skins.
We're really excited to put him and his newly unbroken neck into your hands, and you can expect to bring him onto the Rift in early May. We did want to give you a heads up that we have run into a few challenges with Timo.
Such a troublemaker.
Mischievous.
Ugh, seriously. His ASU is taking us a bit longer than we originally intended, and we're currently figuring out our updated timelines, but we'll be back with an update later this year with a
Meu Deus. A cara do Timo no meio.
sweeper to let you know when to expect an updated Swift Scout on the Rift.
All right, now on to the new and returning skin thematics of the year. So first up, we're going to be celebrating the Lunar New Year with a brand new thematic called Heaven Scale, which pays homage to the rich cultural heritage of the
Escamas celestiais.
holiday. In the world of Heaven Scale, a curious court of deities take on human guises and descend from their palaces in the clouds to take part in the mortal celebrations below.
Tá bonita, viu a caixa também? É porque também essa eu acho que é do Ano Novo Chinês. Que a gente tá no Ano Novo Chinês.
So Heaven Scale's design fantasy skews a bit more heavily into ancient historical divinity and garments in order to distance itself from our more modern takes on the Lunar New Year, like lunar beasts or firecracker. We wanted to take care to preserve the majestic and beautiful designs while
Quem é esse? O Israel.
also keeping a fun and celebratory tone in line with the spirit of the holiday. We also have another brand new thematic coming up that delves into a world where primal instinct reigns supreme, called Primal Ambush. Primal Ambush draws heavy inspirations from the
esse já saiu uns ícones deles.
refined skill of martial artists and the raw, fierce strength of tigers themselves.
A CV tá bonita, viu? Pelo menos o conceito dela ficou tudo.
We wanted to show some love to our Southeast Asian players in particular with this thematic. We really drew a ton of inspiration from that region, the fashions of those cultures, where tigers naturally live and hold a great deal of cultural significance.
We'll also have the return of some established thematics like porcelain, recent favorite fairy court, as well as some well-loved thematics we haven't visited in a few
O Scarne? É o Scarne.
years, like
Scarne vai voltar com um projeto. Civil Wakanda Forever.
Project and Blood Moon, and you can expect to see
Essa Zaya vai ficar
all of
belíssima.
these come out before summer this year.
We've also been taking a look at some improvements we can make outside of just what new skins we're releasing. So some of our older legendaries, for instance, were released before we started adding content such as legendary borders. So we're going to be going back to add them to skins that missed out. This includes skins such as Broloff, Corporate Mundo, and Dragon Trainer Tristana. Trist will actually be live in just a few days.
And finally, we have some skins coming out for champions who haven't had as much love in a little bit. As of filming, Rammus is currently sitting in the 1000-Day Club, and Olaf is hot on his tail.
All right, well, that's it for us for now. We're going to hand things over to the esports team, who will give you an update on the competitive side of League that we definitely should have been drafted for.
Yep, absolutely.
Silver 2.
I am iron.
Eu todo em ferro.
Hi everyone, I'm Nazala Taha.
And I'm Chris Greeley.
And we are so excited to kick off the 14th season of LoL Esports. And we want to give you a look at some of our plans for 2024. So let's start by talking about our global events, MSI and Worlds.
We want our international events to have a strong regional representation so that the best teams from each region can fight it out on the global stage. This year, we're making it so that there are 3 base slots for the LPL, LCK, LEC, and LCS at Worlds, with new ways for teams and regions to earn additional slots. The LLA, CBLOL, PCS, and the VCS will have their slots remain unchanged.
And we're keeping the same double elim format from MSI 2023, but we're going to up the stakes even more this year. For the first time ever, the winning MSI team will be awarded a guaranteed spot at Worlds, which also counts as an additional slot for their region. And the next best performing region at MSI will secure an additional world seed for their region.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see the increased competition at MSI this year.
And while we're talking about
Engraçado que não tem uma pessoa de equipe do balanceamento pra aparecer pra dar um salve no jogo. Porque sabe que a galera ia procriar onde ele mora, é verdade, viu? Balancear aquele balanceamento que não se balanceia, né?
We wanted to share that this year's MSI will be held from May 1st through the 19th in Chengdu, China. This is the first time we've brought a global lolly sports event to this vibrant city, and we're so excited to see the amazing crowds there cheer on their favorite teams. And we'll be back with more updates on MSI the closer we get to the event.
Last year in Korea, we announced that Worlds would be returning to Europe, with the finals taking place in London, England at the O2 Arena. Today, we wanted to let you know where the rest of the tournament will be held.
Well, we'll be kicking off Worlds in Berlin at our newly remodeled esports arena for the play-ins and Swiss stages. Then we'll head to the Adidas Arena in Paris, France for quarterfinals and semis.
Agora não me interessa.
All right, before we go, we wanted to remind you that we're celebrating a special birthday for League this year. We are turning 15. We are so close to being able to finally drive a car.
Oh, in the US at least. But we're looking forward to celebrating with you all later this year. We're not doing new game announcements this time. This year is all about League and celebrating our 15th birthday with all of you.
So look forward to the celebrations coming in October. And as a reminder, don't forget to check out the dev blogs that go into more detail on some of the topics we discussed today. We'll also be back with our regular dev updates as usual after this video. So we'll be seeing you soon.
Best of luck on your climbs, and welcome to season 2024.
Agora, cadê? Cadê que eles falaram do jogo de luta? Que a gente já tá esperando. Já saiu o Wild Rift, já saiu o Lore, já saiu o Song of the Nuke, inclusive é maravilhoso de lindo o jogo. E o de luta não chega, que a gente, pelo menos eu tô ansioso. Tem alguma coisinha no final ainda. O teaserzinho da Cinematic. Caralho. Caralho. Daqui a 5 dias a gente já sabe o que a gente vai fazer, né? Reagir a Cinematic. Gostei. Vamos ver se eles vão cumprir com o que eles cumpriram, o que eles prometeram, né? Mas até que as promessas para esse ano estão até melhor que o ano passado, né? Vamos começar pela Cinematic, que ano passado a gente começou com a Cinematic merda. E se a gente começar com a Cinematic boa esse ano, talvez o outro seja bom. Vamos pensar assim, né? Que vai dar bom.